show you how to make this gorgeous wreath that I'm absolutely in love with. And you can't put it outside, but you can hang it on a door, inside, or really anywhere in your home. I've got some other decor ideas as well, because Christmas is almost here. I cannot believe that. So let's get your house decorated on the cheap. So for our wreath, you will need an old book, which you can pick up at a thrift store, or maybe you have one at home, a hot glue gun, some ribbon, tape, and also a piece of Bristol board. So start by ripping out a ton of pages out of your book, and you can just try and rip along the spine here. It goes a lot quicker than cutting it with scissors, and just try and make that tear as clean as you possibly can. It will all get hidden when we are finally done. So you do need a lot of pieces of paper. I think I went about 200 pages deep into the book, so that's about 100 different cones that we are going to make. But like I said, it's going to go really quickly. So once you have ripped out all of those pages in your book, basically we just have to make our cones. So there's a kind of an easy technique with this. It takes a while to get the hang of it, but once you get going, it really goes quite quickly. So I will show you exactly how I do it. You're just taping these cones together. You're grabbing that one corner, flipping it over to the opposite side, bringing it almost to the center of the page, and then you can wrap around the rest of the cone. And I'll show you one more time. You're flipping it over, and make sure you are grabbing the side that has the torn edge, so that way it is all hidden up once we tape it up nice and tight at the bottom. So once you've made all of your cones, I'm just grabbing a bowl here to trace a circle for the size of my wreath onto my piece of Bristol board, and you're going to want to flatten out the tips of all of those cones that you just made. This makes it so much easier to glue them down in place, and that's basically all we have left to do. So you can start by gluing those cones down. I did these for opposite sides of the circle. You can do it however you want, and then basically just fill it in. So you're going to need to make these cones as tight as you possibly can, and basically all you have to do is just work your way around the perimeter of the circle, and then you can start with your second layer a couple of inches in. And this is about 3 or 4 layers in. It does start to get really crowded, but by the end of it, you're going to need to fold the tips of those cones so that you can stuff them down a little bit further. And then that's exactly what I did. And I actually just hot glued them up to the top to the other cones. So your wreath is basically done. You can maybe throw in some Christmas bulbs into the center to make it a little more festive. I opted not to do that, but I'm just grabbing my ribbon here and I'm tying a bow at the top, and then you're just going to flip over your wreath, put some hot glue on the back, and glue that ribbon down so you can hang up your wreath, and that's it. So moving on with our glitter stag hat, I have a board that has canvas on it, some glitter paper, scissors, sponge, black paint, hot glue, and you're also going to need some masking tape. And that's where we're actually going to start to create those easy lines across this board. Basically just take your masking tape and we're going to line the entire board with that tape, and then you're going to go back and take off every other piece. This is just a really simple way to get those even lines. So once you've done that throughout the entire board, all you have to do is grab your black paint and start painting. So fill in all of those spaces where the canvas is still showing, and then you're going to need to pull off those pieces of tape and you'll unveil your perfect striped board. And do make sure that you are peeling off those pieces of tape before it all dries. So after you've done all of that, you can go ahead, set that aside and let it dry. We're going to move on to our deer head. Now you can do any design that you want. I just grabbed this off of the internet and I'm printed it out, and now I'm just cutting it out so I have a stencil. You can definitely do this with a word as well, or a total different image. Just flip over your glitter board though. It makes it a lot easier to trace out that stencil that you just made and do it on the back side. And once you've traced it all out, just cut it out, and it is a little harder to cut than normal paper, but bear through it. And this is the design when I was all finished. So just place it on your board wherever you want it, and you can just simply glue it down. Hot glue, not exactly the best option for this because it dries so quickly. I had to do it in segments. I would definitely opt to use different glue next time. Once it's all glued down though, that's it. DIY, let me know. Give me a like, share it with your friends, and try it out for yourself. You can make that wreath as big or as small as you want. Also, some extra added embellishments with ornaments stuffed into the center of it. You can even spray paint it with glitter spray paint, which I know is something that my mom did, and I think it looks really cool. Just make sure you don't hang it up outside because it will get ruined in the snow. It's an indoor wreath, and I think you could have that up all winter long. You could even have it up all season long if you want, because it's not necessarily just Christmas. So try out these DIYs for yourself. Send me some photos of what it looks like in your home. I would love to see that. All you have to do is follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at JanelleSteeper. And don't forget to use the hashtag toDIYfor. And hey, if you want to send me any photos of your decor in your home, go ahead. I would love to see it. If you ever have any ideas for me, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Next week again, more Christmas stuff as we are inching closer to the 25th. I can't believe that it's almost here. So don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back next Wednesday with a new DIY. Cheers. Making up words. I'm not speaking English right now.